Hello, second graders. Welcome to math class with me, Miss Taylor. This is my assistant, Sophia.
Hello.
She's my daughter. Okay, so we are happy that you're here in math class. Okay, so what do we need for math? We need our fact practice packet. Got mine right here. Assistant, could you hand me my math fact practice packet? Thank you. Alrighty, and we are on number 4. So we're working on our fact practice packet number 4. We need our textbook. I've got my textbook, workbook, paper, pencil, maybe a whiteboard. I like to practice on my whiteboard. All right, so let's take a look at our fact practice. And we are on page 2 today. So yesterday we worked on page 1, and now we're working on page 2. It looks like this. And we are practicing measuring with inches. So Assistant Sophia, could you give me the ruler, please? Not the tape measure, the ruler. Thank you. All right. Now we are measuring with inches. So which side do you think we should use? Are inches the big ones or the teeny tiny ones? The teeny tiny centimeters? Or are they the bigger inches?
This one.
Yeah, so they're the bigger ones. So I have done a few examples for you all. And you can see when we line it up, we line up the 0 mark here, and then we can see this one comes right between the 0 and the 1. So that one is only a half an inch. And that's how we write half, is 1/2. Okay, so the next one is about, let's check, see if Miss Taylor did it correctly, 4 inches. I think so. It stops right at the 4. And then the next one says 1.5. Oh, let's see, right between the 1 and the 2. Yep, it's about 1.5 inches. So if you would like to do your fact practice right now, you can pause the video and finish your fact practice, or you can do it after the video. That's just fine. Okay. Alrighty, well, we are going to practice a little bit of measuring weight in grams today. So yesterday we talked about kilograms, and I was showing the students, Sophia, that we had this big thing of spaghetti sauce, and this is 1 kilogram.
Ugh, it's big and heavy.
Yeah, it's big and heavy. This is a kilogram, and a kilogram is the same as 1,000 grams. So we're going to talk about grams today. So grams are very light. And I have a couple of paper clips here. And a gram is about the weight of a couple paper clips. It's very light. You want to see how light they are, Assistant?
They're super light.
Super light, right? So this is a gram. Yep, that's a gram. And then this is a kilogram. Feel this. Kilogram.
Heavy.
So heavy. Okay, so kilogram. Ugh. Gram, very light. Okay, so a gram is about these 2 paper clips, so not very heavy at all. But if you had 1,000 of these, they would be heavier. So it says to find some of these objects and feel how heavy they are. So you could look around your house and see if you could find some objects, and then you can see that they're about, if you have an apple, we have an apple upstairs. Do you want to go get the apple? Okay. Sophia's going to go get an apple, and an apple would be about 100 grams. Okay. A pencil or a pen, this would be about 3 grams. So you could find some stuff like that. If you have a, what is this, like a little library card, 3 grams. Oh, a quarter, 6 grams. Soccer ball, 450 grams. Well, here's kind of a smaller can of soup. I still have the soup that we talked about yesterday. So, yeah, kind of a smaller can of soup. I have a can of soup here. It might be fun for you to kind of look around in your cupboards. This one is 411 grams. So, you could kind of look and ask your parents if you could look in the cupboards, try to find some things and see how heavy they are. This one is 425 grams. And
like I don't know how much.
Well,
a little more heavier than the paper clips.
yes. So in our books, we have an apple. Thank you, Assistant Sophia.
It's a
And
pretty apple.
it's a nice looking apple. What kind is it? Ooh, Honeycrisp. Yummy.
Can I eat it after?
Sure, if you wash it, you gotta wash it.
Okay.
So this one says an apple is about 100 grams. So yeah, 100 grams is an apple. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Assistant. You have to wash it first.
I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait until the end of the video.
Okay. So then that's kind of fun to kind of look around your house, find some things, see how heavy they are. And then if you do have a scale, you could do some of these activities where you could kind of find some objects and see how much they weigh. But here we can see they have a bag of flour. Ooh, we use flour sometimes with baking bread. We've made bread. And, excuse me, she burped. Okay, the flour weighs 650 grams. Okay, so here it's kind of interesting because this little line here on the scale is right between the 600 and the 700. And so how are we going to figure out how much that weighs? What do you think, Assistant? Because it's not 600 and it's not 700 grams. So how do we know how much it weighs?
I don't know.
Well, they're telling us the answer. How do you think they got this answer here? Well, let's look at the scale. It's going by, it goes 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So what is it going by? What is it getting bigger by?
10.
Not by tens. Well, oh, you mean like the little teeny tiny ones? Because, yeah, the bigger numbers are going by 100, right? It goes 0 to 100. But, yeah, if we zoom in, whoops, the little teeny tiny numbers, those would actually be going by, not the numbers, the little marks. These would be going by 10.
10.
Yeah, because in between 0 and 100, what would this be?
5.
In between 0 and 100.
There's 10 little dots.
Yeah, there's 10 little lines. So what would this bigger line be?
That would be
50.
50.
Because this is 0 to 100. What's half of 100?
50.
50, right? So that means in between here, this is 50, this is 100, 150, 200, 250, 300,
350.
400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650, yeah, and then 700. So yeah, but yeah, these little teeny tiny things must be going by 10 because, yeah, it goes 0, and then it would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Kind of hard to see because they're real tiny, but what about the grapes? This is a different kind of scale. This is called a digital scale. How much do the grapes weigh, Assistant?
632.
632 what?
Grams.
Grams, you're right. Okay. So then we can see how much do the carrots weigh. What do you think, Assistant?
400.
Yeah, 400 grams, right? Because it's just pointing right at the 400. So those would be 400 grams. Now the fish, ooh, what is this one? Let's see. This is 500. Is that 600?
I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but I think that is actually just 600.
600.
For the fish. It's kind of hard to tell with those numbers. What about, oh, this one's a little easier to read. These mushrooms, now the mushrooms weigh, well, there's 300 and there's 400. So what number would it be right between 300 and 400?
It would be 300.
Yeah, 350. Yep. And we could count the little marks. This would be 300, 310, 320, 330, 340, 350. But yeah, right between two numbers when they're going by 100 like that, we know there's 50 right there. Okay, what about this one? Oh, wait a second. The salad leaves. They weigh, here's 100, and there's 200. So these little marks must be going by 10. This must be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So let's see if we go over here. This is 200. What would this one be? 210, 220, 230. Yeah, so the salad leaves would weigh 230 grams. Okay, so yeah, I think most of the scales that we're using on here in our little practice are going, these little tiny numbers, or these little tiny lines are going by 10. Okay, so you can do a little bit more practice with our textbook. And then our homework for today is page 84.
84. That's what you had to do today. 84 page.
Yes, page 84. So on page 84, it says, how much does each weigh? So we have some corn and some pears, some sugar, some
Onions?
yeah, maybe little onions, maybe a little garlic. Could be a little garlic. We think these are
Jalapeno peppers.
jalapeno peppers. Super spicy. That reminds me of a book, Dragons Love Tacos.
Oh yeah, Dragon Love Tacos. They're super spicy. Never fire.
Yeah, but they don't like spicy tacos, right? And then the notebook here. So be careful with some of these. Like this one, I see the garlic is, it's not 300 grams. It's not 400 grams. It's right in between. So Sophia, how much would these be?
Huh?
How much would these weigh?
250.
350. Yeah, so this would be 350 grams. So yeah, just be careful when it's kind of in between two numbers. When it's in between two numbers, we have to think about, well, what does each of these stand for? And if you're not really sure, you could try and then see if you're correct or if you were wrong. Like if we weren't sure, we could say, what do these marks mean? Do they mean 1? And then we could go, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that wouldn't make sense. Then we could try going by 5s. We could try going by 10s. But for most of these, we're going by, these little tiny marks are going by 10. So this one would be, as Sophia, my lovely assistant, told us, 350 grams, right? Okay, so that is your homework for today. Just one page, so please be careful, especially when they weigh like in between the numbers here. Okay, so that is it for today, mathematicians. We will see you again soon.